Who's Jamie talking to over there?
It's time for the Fantasy Football Guys.
Oh, yeah.
Get ready to call. It's the Saturday Q&A show. Here they are, Lyle Conkeal and Kevin Moore, the Fantasy Football Guys.
Yeah, accept no imitations, bitches. We're the Fantasy Football Guys, Kevin.
Oh, Lyle.
And we are live on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com. Is it / the Fantasy Football Guys?
I don't know.
It's the F. Just search for the Fantasy Football Guys.
I don't know it. No, it is.
Find us. I mean, really. We've been out here long enough. You already know.
I tweet it out, too, before every show. So
Right.
I tweet out the link to the stream.
Link to the stream. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's where we are. So make sure you check out Buzz's Barbecue. We talk about the guy all the time. His sauce is fantastic. We're starting to like his rubs.
The rub's very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did it again.
Did you unplug your headphones? Kevin is really bad at computing.
No, I'm great at computing. I make a gesture and yank the headphone cord out of my head.
Yeah, you're a good
Anyway.
ball.
So we're taking calls live, of course. That's why we call it the call-in show at 650-733-TFFG. You have a number to call. That's 8334 for those number to letter challenged folks.
Right.
I'm among them. I
Me
have
too.
a hard time with that. I'm
Yeah,
always
just give me the damn number.
transpose and then say, wait a minute, where's the T again?
Yeah,
Anyway, so you can call us. We're going to run through some injury news real quick, which will inform our decisions today. Rashad Jennings, a game day decision. That's a good news, bad news thing. The good news is he may play. The bad news is he's going to be Rashad Jennings
Right.
when he does play. So,
It's Rashad, by the way, not
yeah, I
Rashard.
know. Okay, well, either way, he's going to be him,
Right.
which ain't so great fantasy-wise.
It's not.
Shark West ruled out for week 4, but the good news is, from all indications, Jamal Charles will be taking
Looks
his
like
place.
he might play, yeah.
So
Finally.
you have to hope that maybe he's limited and maybe Spencer Ware has some value. So we're unsure about that. I think both of those guys are a play, actually. Alshon Jeffrey officially questionable against the Lions. Of course, if he plays, you have to play him.
Yep.
Steph Diggs limited in practice on Friday. Allegedly, they're just trying to let him rest his injured groin leading up to Monday night's game against the Gints. Eric Ebron, questionable to appear in Chicago. He sat out practice Wednesday, limited Thursday, and participated fully on Friday. So even though he's questionable, chances are pretty good he's going to play.
Looks pretty good, yeah.
Jeremy Langford, doubtful against the Lions, as is Kadeem Carey. So everything's coming up good for Jordan Howard.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll
Except
see.
he's on the Bears, so.
Well, I mean, it's coming good for him to play. Whether or not he does anything with it, we'll see.
Right.
And this just in, Jay Cutler also doubtful against the Lions, which maybe actually be good news for Lions fans.
It's probably good
Because
news.
Hoyer played much better than anyway.
Right. I'm hearing
see what
some-
happens.
I'm hearing some music.
You know what you're hearing? Yeah, you're hearing that. Tavon Alston practiced in full, which is good. But the bad news again, also, he's Tavon Austin. Kenny Britt questionable for Sunday, if that matters to you. Sammy Watkins placed on injured reserve. Injured reserve that can be reactivated
So
in 8 weeks.
the Bills also claimed Justin Hunter. So we'll see what goes on there. But right now, it's the Robert Woods, Marquise Goodwin show, probably.
Yeah, well, the team is different with Sammy Watkins
They
on the
sure
field,
are.
and we'll
They
see what
sure are.
happens there.
Yeah.
Deion Lewis walking without any ill effects. That's
Yeah, you know what? Tell me
Kinda frightening,
something. Tell me when he's running. Okay, I don't care.
tell me when he's running. Tell me when he's cutting. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to start Sunday, if that matters to you. Dougie Martin once again ruled out for Week 4. Des Bryant not playing Week 4. That could be pretty damn big.
That is big.
We talked about Jamal Charles active. Josh Doxson is out for Week 4 if you're desperate enough to play him. Eric Decker not playing this week, which could be.
Yeah, he went for an MRI, but I didn't see what.
Well, I
the
guess it
results
wasn't.
were.
I guess it wasn't good.
Oh, it's a partial rotator cuff tear.
Yeah, there you go. So he may be out for more than just this week. So roster accordingly. Tyler Eifert expected to return next week, which means not playing this week. So if you drafted Tyler Eifert, consider it suspension-like. He'll be back Week 5, even though he wasn't actually suspended.
All right, that's enough. You guys get the drift. You have the internet.
Yeah, you can get it. Let's go to our first caller. Our first caller is Yvette from Ohio. What's going on, Yvette?
Hello.
Hey, hi guys.
How's it going?
Good. I'm so excited to talk to you guys. I listened to you guys all last year, and I literally went 12 games in a row, and I didn't lose.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow. Did you win the championship?
Well, what do you think? Most time when you're really good, you always lose that championship game, you know?
It does happen.
No, but I did come back and win most points.
That's cool.
You know, I was really dragging at the beginning, so
Awesome.
And you were in the money, though. You finished with cash in your
oh,
pocket. You finished with money in your pocket at the end of the year, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yep, I did.
That's awesome.
Outstanding.
And you know what else? I also got on the NFL channel 2 times already.
Oh, you
Fantasy
tweeted
Friends.
you tweeted
Because
that
of you.
to us.
I owe
Yeah.
it all to you guys.
No. That's ridiculous.
I
Okay, well, we'll take the credit.
do. I listen to you guys all the time.
That's awesome. What can we help you with?
Yes. Okay. I have a question about who to start this week. I got hit by a lot of injuries, like most people.
Oh, yeah.
And I lost Keenan. I lost Sammy Watkins. I lost Corey Coleman. I lost. Goes on and on and on. But I really need to keep my cred up, so I'm just going to tell you my team, okay? I have Phillip Rivers, Travis Benjamin, Tajay Sharp, Lamar Miller, Christian Michael, who I picked up before at the draft, not off the waiver wire. Is it Howard Henry? I picked him up last week because Hunter Henry. Frank Gore, Duke Johnson Jr. Anybody sound good?
Well, some better than others.
Yeah, let's start with the running backs here. So, how many can you start? And I heard Gore.
I can start 2 running backs in a flex, and I have Lamar Miller and Christian Michael now in this spots, and I have Frank Gore in my flex because I'm a Cleveland fan, so you know how that goes. I have Duke Johnson, but I don't need another reason to be mad at them. But
Yeah, I get that.
I'm okay with that. I'm not a huge fan of Christian Michaels, but he obviously proved us wrong last week. But Frank Gore in your flex might come out. So let's talk about your receivers.
okay, I have Travis Benjamin, Tajay Sharp. Who else do I have that actually is playing this week? Corey Coleman. Wait a minute. Yeah, right. He's not playing.
No.
Nope.
Sammy Watkins. He's not playing. So I'm screwed there. I really don't. I mean, I could pick. There's nobody off the waiver wire.
How about
I'm in a 12-person team.
you
The
should?
waiver wire.
Yeah, you should look for Robert Woods on your waiver wire. He's now the number 1
Okay.
receiver in Buffalo. If you can't get him, Marquise Goodwin might be a roll of the dice play. Thing is, I would play either of those guys over Tajay Sharp.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We don't know anything about Sharp.
Well, we do. We know 3 games worth, and what we know, ain't fantastic.
Right. Well, I read a report that he needs to start playing better if he wants to get playing better in practice if he wants to get more time on the field.
There you go.
So, So yeah, look for Robert Woods. And
Okay.
and if you can't get him, Marquise Goodwin maybe. These aren't great plays, but they're better than Tajay Sharp. So that's
Would you hold on to Corey Coleman for a while until he gets back?
yeah. I mean,
Because Josh
if
Gordon's not going to come back.
if he's, I think what was it, 8 weeks, and that was 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah, something.
Or a week and a half ago. So yeah, so you got 6 weeks left. You'll be middle of the season, and he showed that he's pretty damn good. And they don't have Gordon coming back. The last report I read is
They're going to cut him loose.
They're going to part ways. So even if he did get out of rehab or something, you know what I mean, and try to come back to football, they were going to part ways with him. So he's now going to be the guy in Cleveland, and he showed that he's pretty brilliant. He had a couple games experience in a really crappy quarterback and had a huge game. So yeah, I think you definitely hold on to him. Yeah. But that's what I would do. I'm sorry, Yvette. That team's
Wish we had better news.
it's a little beat up, man.
I know. It's bad. It sucks. Hey, that happens. Everybody has to take their turn of getting hit with that injury,
Man.
Yeah, this year it's
Good
everybody.
draft. Awesome. I drafted and you loved it before everybody got hurt.
Yeah.
It did look pretty, but
No, I was just telling Kevin
All right.
before the show. I was just telling Kevin that I had a team that's 0-3 right now that had Adrian Peterson, Danny Woodhead, Keenan Allen, Sammy Watkins, somebody else I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. The team's just decimated now. Like my draft was awesome. I felt really good, and now it's just garbage. So and I'm 0-3.
Yeah.
So
I had Keenan and Danny Woodhead too.
Yeah.
I love Danny Woodhead in my
Me too.
Star League too. I was so proud of myself, right after the draft. I was like, oh, this is going to be easy then.
yeah, dude, you can't. I've learned after play this game for so long. I've learned that you definitely can't count your chickens.
Or your ducks.
Tell me about it.
Very funny, Kevin.
Yeah, there you go. Or your Browns players to do good. How about that one?
Well,
Yeah,
Or
you can't
anything
count
with
on
the
that
Browns.
either.
you were cursed with that
you
awful
guys-
book.
You guys are in. Right?
We're in what?
Are you in Philly?
We're in Delaware.
Are you guys in Philadelphia?
No, we're in Delaware.
Delaware.
Yeah.
I'm in Delaware.
Yes, that's right.
You ever see that in Waynesboro?
Yes.
Delaware.
That's
Yeah,
from Waynesboro. That's where we are. We live in Delaware.
We are about 40 minutes south of
Philly.
of the Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you talked about them, and I was going to say you're welcome for Carson Wentz. That's another thing
Oh.
about Browns.
Do you mean Carson City, Pennsylvania?
Dude, you know what? I read a story on, I think it was NFL.com, where the Browns brass was actually talking like mad
Mad
stuff
smack, yeah.
about Carson Wentz. They were like, he's not a top 20 talent, not top 20 quarterback talent in the NFL. You know, he's garbage.
All smug and whatnot.
Yeah. And dude, even after his like week 1 whooping of them, they were like, yeah, we still don't think he's, going to be a great prospect. We're happy with how the trade went. And it's like, God, that poor city has got you running that freaking team, and you're still like, you're like denying the fact that this kid's good.
Yeah.
And he just whooped your
Right.
team. Anyway.
So
All right, Yvette. Well, hopefully
I know that.
we helped you out some. And look for those players.
did.
And that's what I would do.
Mercy, just one more thing, I promise. And
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
trade question.
Sure.
It's a debate. It's a big trade question that's going on in my league right now. Would you trade out Jeremy Hill for Jamal Charles?
It's a trade question. Would you trade Jeremy Hill for Jamal Charles? Hell yeah.
Yeah, lose Jeremy Hill, pick up Jamal Charles.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
All right.
They've held Jamal
I was
Charles
saying
back
no.
so that when he comes back, he's
Yeah.
going to be
Here's
as close to 100% as possible.
Yeah, here's the thing about Hill. We've seen that he can be effective, right? Obviously, Kevin lost $5 on him last week, which you still haven't paid me for, by the way. Where's my money?
It's upstairs.
Anyway, so he can be effective, but you definitely want to sell high on him. And if you can get Jamal Charles is a first round talent, there's no question. The only question about Jamal Charles is, can he stay healthy? That's it. If he's healthy, he's going to be amazing, right? So Jeremy Hill, I would not say that about ever. So
He's 100% healthy now and is a unicorn.
yeah.
Has unicorn games is
Yeah.
more accurate.
Yeah. So yeah, I would double backflip, fist pump the mouse button as I clicked accept on that trade.
And he has Spencer Ware, too. The one that's going to get Jamal Charles for Jeremy Hill already has Spencer Ware. So,
Well, then that works out.
There
Yeah.
you go. There, let him have him.
Yeah.
all right.
Sound
well,
good?
thank you guys so much. I'm going to continue to listen, and hopefully I can get a win in here.
Good luck.
But if not, I'm letting this team discuss. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thanks. See you, Yvette. There she goes.
Yeah, man.
From Ohio. Gotta love that. At DraftKings.com, you don't need to come in first place to cash in.
That's right. The player who finished 800th in Week 1's big fantasy football contest took home $100. That's 800th place. guys.
That's right. Now, this weekend, DraftKings is hosting another huge fantasy contest with over $1 million in total prizes up for grabs.
Are you getting frustrated that all your best players are getting hurt?
I am. Now, don't worry about it, though. You can draft a new team every single week at DraftKings.
Every day is draft day at DraftKings.
1 week fantasy means no season-long commitments.
Just pick a contest, draft your team, and follow the action live.
That is exactly right. Whatever your level of fantasy expertise, DraftKings has something for you.
Don't wait. Get to DraftKings.com now and choose your players for this weekend's contest.
Enter promo code GUYS as GUIS and play for free with your first deposit.
That's promo code GUYS to play free for your share of over $1 million in total prizes this weekend.
Only DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com. Eligibility restrictions may apply. See website for details.
Right.
Let's go to Richard in Florida. What's going on, Richard? Hold on, Eric. We'll get to you next, bro. Richard, what's up?
What's up, guys? A good week. You had to wake up your boy James. I thought he was going to fall asleep on me there. But otherwise, we're doing good here, man.
Yeah, well,
What, James?
Jamie, sometimes you have to drag him out of bed, but it's all right.
Listen, I'm feeling it. I'm tired too.
Hey, well, this is my two questions I have for you. Simeon or Wilson? That's the first one.
Wilson.
Quarterback from Denver.
Yeah, no, Wilson.
Yeah.
He's a full participant in practice, which leads me to believe he's going to be healthy. And they have to do something to turn that around. Simeon's had a game in his entire NFL career where he was good, right? I don't trust him yet at all.
Yeah, I mean, it bodes well for the
Now,
future, perhaps, but
if it
for
was,
this week,
if it was Simeon versus Carson Wentz and Wentz was playing this week, or sorry, Russell Wilson versus Wentz, we would have to have a conversation because Wentz has had 3 games.
Right.
That's trendish.
Yeah.
Then we can start talking about it. But I don't trust Simeon at all to not just completely implode or do what he did in the first game and throw for 180 yards. I'd rather roll the dice on Wilson, a guy who I'd know is a top quarterback talent.
Concur.
Alrighty, and then I have a trade. I'm trying to put through. I'm trying to trade off Howard from Chicago and Howard, and I'm sorry about that,
It's
and
okay.
Russell and Randall Cobb for Jordan Matthews and Drones, the running back from San Fran. It's just a throw-in because I really don't. He's going to be a bench player for me anyway, like Howard was. But the guy needs a running back really bad. I'm trying to get for the future, for next week and on. Is that a good move?
So you basically just really want Jordan Matthews, right? It's definitely an upgrade at wide receiver for you. The Green Bay offense has been kind of off anyway, and Cobb even last year with Jordy Nelson out and stuff wasn't stellar.
Great.
He's okay. He's a middle of the road player, whereas Matthews has a lot of potential. I kind of don't like you giving up Jordan Howard because it seems like he's going to be the feature back in Chicago now. The one caveat to that is that he's the feature back in Chicago, right? So I don't know what that means. It's probably not that great. So I like the fact that you're trading 2 players that you're really not going to start for one that you're absolutely going to start on a weekly basis, right? Matthews is at least a flex. So I actually think it's an upgrade. I would greenlight that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame you held on to Howard all this time just to get rid of him, just as he's about to play, but, you're upgrading a spot, so.
Yeah, I knew the guy. I had a waiver wire priority over the guy that needed a running back bad because he lost. And I picked up Washington from Detroit last week, and I picked up Howard the week before. And the anticipation, I just got lucky there. And because I already have McCoy and Jeremy every other week Hill as my running back. So, and then Rashid, I'm hurt all the time, Jennings. So
and suck when I'm not.
My running back. So I figured, yeah, and he sucks when he's not hurt. Exactly. Yeah. So I just figured, hey, I try to get your Matthews to complete the. I don't know when I'm going to run running backs.
Right.
Because to complete my bench out well, but couldn't get him from him. But thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
You got it, man. You sitting outside because I hear a lot of birds.
Birds, man.
Oh, yeah. I live in Florida. I can do that. I could be outside. You guys are freezing your ass off already. And talked about cursing before the day I'm thinking I had to do it. You got, and it's going to rain like heck here, so I'm taking advantage of the sun before we get that storm that's going to be coming through Florida here in the next couple of days.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Hurricane Matthew, right? Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, enjoy that.
Going to hit up the coast.
Enjoy that sunny.
I live a mile off the beach, so.
Oh, man.
Good for you.
Yeah, I miss the warm weather.
Yeah.
And
hey, when you guys want to come down in the off season, bro, come on down.
Yeah.
I can always get your room on the beach. I got a bunch of buddies that own hotels.
Wow. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that sounds good.
See, don't threaten that because we'll show up.
Because I will actually take you up on that, and we have your phone number.
I know you got a bunch of kids, bro. You got my Twitter. I'll give you my number now. So no problem.
No, don't give it out on the air. Our listeners will flood you with text messages of dicks.
Email. I got your email.
Okay.
Lyle.
All right. Yeah. Don't give your number out on the air. You would get a flood of dick pics. You would absolutely get a flood of dick pics if you gave your number out on the air.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Like, dude, I haven't started smoking that stuff yet. So let me stop now.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good one.
Okay. Have a good weekend, guys.
All right, you too. We'll see.
Thank you.
There you go. This one high energy dude.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
man,
Let me
he's
tell
pumped.
You. Richard's on
pumped.
it. Eric is in Alaska. Let's check out what Eric has to say. Hey, man, thanks for holding on this long. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks, dude. I love that guy.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
We go from 2 climate extremes, Florida to Alaska.
Alaska.
Yeah.
Beautiful country.
Dude,
up there,
tell me
Alaska.
about it. This is Eric, also known as DJ Ure on the phone.
Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Yeah.
Good to talk to you guys. Long-time listener, for
Yeah,
sure.
man.
All right, so I got some couple roster questions. So, standard league, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, and a flex. So I've got Gurley, Latavius Murray, Charlie Sims, Tevin Coleman, and picked up Jordan Howard And so those are my running backs. And for wide
Well, hold on.
receiver,
Let's deal with the running backs
got,
first. Let's deal with the running backs first, because I'm never going to remember all those names.
Deal with the running backs. So
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So you
Get
got
your pens out. All right.
So you got
Early, Latavius Murray.
yeah, those are both starts.
Sims,
No question.
Coleman.
Right?
Who was the last guy?
Sims, Coleman, and
Tevin
Jordan
Coleman.
Howard.
That's really tough.
And you need 2 or 3?
Well, I need 2, and then I need a flex.
But your flex can also be a
my wide
receiver.
receivers are also a good pile of mediocrity. So,
Okay.
So I think you got your running backs figured out, right? You got Gurley and you got Latavius Murray, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's leave the running backs aside and let's hear the receivers and we'll pick a flex.
all right, it's Brandon Marshall, Demarius Thomas, Enunwa, Diggs, and Sharp.
Okay. So
Who was Tajay Sharp?
Tajay Sharp, yeah. So your wide receivers are clearly Demarius and Brandon Marshall, who's practicing fully. Diggs is the only one we would consider for a flex, but I like Charlie Sims more, and that's who I would play in the flex.
Yeah. Is it a PPR?
Okay, cool. No, standard.
It's a tough matchup versus Denver, right? But I like him better than Tevin Coleman, who has a tough matchup too, and he's splitting carries
And he doesn't. He's averaging 2.5 yards a carry, which is awful.
yeah, but he scored 3 touchdowns last week.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking Yeldon's doing 2.5.
No.
Yeah,
Yeldon's
Coleman's
terrible. Dude, I'm sorry. My headphones keep blacking out. I gotta go. I can't hear the callers. I gotta go get a battery.
Okay, we'll get
I'll
the
be
boy
right back.
producer to do it.
Jamie, bring me a battery. AAA, please.
That's what the kid's here for.
All right. Well, I didn't think about that.
Well,
I legit can't hear anything.
right. So, yeah, I mean, I like Sims. He had his opportunity last week and actually produced. And yeah, I'll agree with you there. I like Sims.
The thing is, though, Denver's it's just a terrible matchup.
It is.
They're really good, but the thing is, I wouldn't play Tevin Coleman over him. So
Yeah, I think Diggs would have an opportunity to step in there, but
Would
I
you
agree
play
with Lyle.
Diggs?
yeah, I would go with Sims over Diggs.
If it was a PPR, I might
Diggs
consider
or
Diggs.
Jordan Howard.
I'm not convinced about Jordan Howard. Number one, because the opportunities that he has had to run, he hasn't really popped. And
Yeah.
number two, he's playing for Chicago.
Yeah, they're going to be completely one-dimensional. They have a terrible defense. They have a backup quarterback. they have one star receiver. They have one good offensive player.
And the one-star receivers, actually, questionable.
Right. It's just a terrible situation.
Yeah. So
I mean, even if the guy is awesome, he's starting behind the 8 ball already.
right, and he can produce, but if I'm going to have to place, in your case, money on a guy, I'm going to go for a guy who had success last year, who had success last week when he was in a similar spot. Yeah, the matchup is tough, but he's going to get opportunities. He's going to get carries. He's going to get catches.
And Charlie Sims he's real good. So, big fan.
So there you have it.
Okay, and then real quick, a trade question.
Sure.
Because my quarterback is Bortles, who's been weak.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this guy in my league, he's been trying to trade Brady. So the deal is I give Brandon Marshall, Jordan Howard, and Jack Doyle from Indy, and I get Brady, Crabtree, and Cameron Brate.
I thought it was Brait. Is it really pronounced Brate? I thought it was Brait.
I thought it was great too.
I don't know either.
Right.
Okay, so you're giving up Marshall, and you get back Crabtree.
Marshall and Howard, and who was the other one?
And Jack Doyle.
Jack
Jack
Doyle.
Doyle.
Yeah.
And you get Brady.
Yeah, it's not terrible. I mean, when you said Marshall,
Crabtree.
Crabtree.
it freaked me out when you said Marshall, but you're getting Crabtree back, which is pretty good.
Right.
That's almost a push. I mean, Marshall's better, but
Right, so really Doyle's not even in the
yeah.
conversation. He's
Let me
just a
ask you this
toss-up.
question though: is Carson Wentz available on your waiver wire?
Oh, don't do that to him, dude.
Listen, dude. Here's the thing: the guy is producing. He got Rookie of the Month. He was Offensive Player of the Week.
Two times.
He doesn't belong on the waiver wire.
He doesn't.
And if you're like trading a bunch of people to
But if I can get Brady,
yeah, I agree with the trade.
Right.
But here's the thing: if you're having quarterback troubles and you leave a guy who's performing top 5 on the waivers, doesn't make sense to me.
it doesn't.
Yeah. So I would definitely pick him up. But if you want to pull the trigger on this trade, I'm totally fine with it. I think getting Crabtree back, it's basically Marshall.
I think Marshall's a little, is
He's a
better
little bit
than,
better
than Crabtree,
than
but I
Crabtree.
think it's an okay
It's pretty
trade.
close, yeah.
But then you're talking about Brady
It's
for Jordan
it's
Howard.
a significant upgrade and who cares about Jack Doyle?
That's what I mean. Brayton Doyle are throwaways.
Yeah, right. So, well, Brate might not be. He did 2 touchdowns last week, but you get him back.
Doyle had 2 touchdowns week 1.
I know.
It's not
Yeah.
consistency. So
Understand.
they're tight end for tight end. I think each one has the same value as the other, so they're a push.
Okay.
So it's, and the wide receivers are not quite a push, but they're close enough. So it's Tom Brady for Jordan Howard. Who wouldn't make that trade?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yep. Yeah, I love it.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Good.
Thanks for calling in, finally. Nice to talk to you after all these years.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Good to hear from you. Enjoy
Yeah.
Alaska. I hear it's beautiful.
So,
All right, thanks, bro.
oh, it's something else.
Yeah, I bet. That was really good logic there, Kevin. Stepping through that logic. That was really good. It ended up being Brady for Howard and made it really clear.
Did make it clear.
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks for calling. We'll
Proud of
talk
you.
to you soon.
Love you, mean it.
Yep.
Bye. Good talk to that dude. He's been on
Yeah,
the
he's
forums
been
for a while,
on the
but
forum for a
on
long
league.
time.
But it was funny. Like Richard, high energy,
Yeah.
in Florida.
Alaska.
Eric,
Dude's
Alaska,
like- dude's just-
not high
he's
energy.
just depressed.
He's
like,
chilling. He's just chilling. He's all right. All right, the number to call 650-733-8334. That's your number. And we're going to go to Josh in Alabama. I believe it's Josh. Yes, it is Josh.
Okay.
Josh.
What's up, Josh?
What's going on, man?
Hey guys, what's up? It's FF Addict 97 from the
Oh,
forum.
hey, we're getting a lot of forum members calling in.
Yeah,
That's
finally,
awesome.
4 members are picking up the phone on a Saturday. What's going
Yeah.
on, man?
What's up?
Well, we got to get up early, but sometimes our teams have been so bitten by this injury bug that it's worth it.
I'm familiar with that bug.
Oh, man, it's a nightmare.
Well, the team I'm calling about luckily has escaped the injury bug. Of course, now everybody's going to break their leg this week since
Of
I
course.
said that.
Yeah.
But I need help picking a couple running backs on this team. So it's a 2-quarterback league, so I went quarterback early, and I'm kind of leaning on the pop-up guys to fill in my running back. So it's a little ugly right now.
Yeah, the
But,
bad news
what I
about
got-
the
okay.
bad news
I
about
mean-
using pop-ups for running backs is eventually they stop popping up.
Yeah. It's tough.
Well, what I got this week, need 2 running back spots I need to fill. I have Jamal Charles, who they say is going to be back, but we don't really know.
Mhm.
Christine Michael, Jarek McKinnon,
Ooh.
Latavius Murray, Derrick Henry, and Tevin Coleman. And I need 2.
I would go Latavius Murray,
And Jamal Charles.
unless you can flex Charles, and then I'd flex him there, and then I would probably play Tevin Coleman.
I don't know.
That was my next question. Was for my flex, I have those running backs plus Jamison Crowder and Devin Funchess.
Is it PPR?
No, standard.
Yeah, if it was a PPR, I'd go Crowder in there. But you know what?
Yeah, I would too.
I-
Dude, he's getting targeted a F ton.
I would flex your third running back.
Yeah, so it's
All right,
between
so
Tevin
Coleman-
Coleman and Christian Michael, though. I think I disagree with Kevin. I think I'm going to go Christian Michael here. I don't like him very much.
I know you don't.
I don't.
Yeah, the bad news about the Falcons is you can't play New Orleans every week. Because if you could,
Right.
you could really count on those scores. But the bad news for Atlanta is they're playing Carolina this week, so it may not be Tevin Coleman. On the other hand, Seattle playing the Jets, that's not a great matchup for Michael either.
No, it's not. But he did have 20 carries for 106 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. So,
Not against the Jets.
no, I know that. I know that.
You know what? I think I'm going to switch and go with Lyle here because really the fact of the matter is Tevin Coleman has a Devontae Freeman problem
Does
as well.
Michael's going to see the rock.
Michael does not have that issue.
Yeah,
So
I think that's the deciding factor.
yeah, that's what switched it from me.
Yeah.
The guy who's going to get more carries is the guy who,
Yep. Not that Tevin Coleman's bad. He's a perfectly playable player this week. It's just I think I would play somebody who I think is going to get the ball more.
Yep.
All right, that sounds good. And I cannot find it for the life of me, but in one of my leagues last week, and I can't remember what the scoring stats are for a kicker because typically they're irrelevant. But last week I started Dustin Hopkins in a league.
Yeah.
Leading scorer on my team. He had 19 points.
Wow.
Every once in a while that happens. And usually it means you lost because, 19 points is not a lot.
I got 19 points from him, and it was a three-way tie for first, 19 with three other guys. So when you paired that together, and then I ended up winning because the other guy just I had a couple guys put up goose eggs because they were last-minute injury decisions.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
I got lucky.
Well, guys who had Mike Nugent, he scored 16 points on Thursday.
Yeah.
Cincinnati kicked an ton of field goals, so it happens.
Yep.
All right, brother.
All right. Well, I appreciate the help, guys. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, man. Good luck this week.
Man, nice talking to you finally.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see.
Thanks, you too.
You got it, man. Hey, there goes Josh. FF Addict.
97 from the forum.
From the forum, that's right. Ryan is in California. Let's talk to Ryan. Hey, Ryan, what's going on?
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm watching you guys on the live feed on Twitter.
What do you see
Awesome.
now?
I see a sweet Reggie White jersey.
That's
I'll tell
right.
you that.
That's right, baby.
Well,
That's
thankfully
right.
you're looking that way, not my way, because I was.
Ah,
Never mind.
ah.
Now he sees it.
Now you see-
Forever,
yeah, there's
everybody that's listening, they're giving me the finger.
there's about a 10-second delay in the stream. So what's up,
No,
buddy?
man, I'm a big Eagles fan. Living out here in Southern California, Newport Beach. And I'm in two leagues. First question, I'm being offered a trade. I have Brandon Marshall, and he wants to trade me for Brady. What do you think?
Well, do you need a quarterback?
I have Rivers
Yeah,
and no backup.
Who are your other wide receivers? Is Carson Wentz on your waiver wire? Once again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason not to pick him up. Secondly,
Right?
but more importantly, who are your other wide receivers?
Yeah.
All right. So, and that leads into my second question. I have Crabtree, DeAndre Hopkins, who's a lock, Edelman, who's a question mark. I don't know what to do with him this week.
Playing.
Marshall and Snead.
Yeah, so you really don't need Brandon Marshall. You really don't need him.
I know.
And not just that, but receivers are going to keep popping up every week that are pickup worthy.
Yeah, and I would totally pull the trigger on this trade.
I would too.
Yeah, I like it. Brady was number 2 last year
He was
in the league, in our main money league. He was the
If
second.
I were you, what I would do is I would make this trade and get Brady. I would see if I could get rid of Phillip Rivers for maybe an RB2, and then pick Wentz up, and then
Wentz
go
up.
with Brady and Wentz for the rest of the season.
Yep, that's perfectly acceptable.
I like it. What do you guys think Edelman's going to do this week? You think he'll step up?
If
Either
Garoppolo,
or-
if Garoppolo plays, I don't have an issue playing him. Right? If it's Brissett again, I'm just not doing it.
Yeah, from word on the street is that it's going to be Garoppolo. But I would have no trouble starting Edelman every week, and it's going to be even better next week. So, I know you
right.
have.
So if I get Brady, I got the quarterback wide receiver connection.
That's
going
right.
Too,
They call that stacking in the industry.
That's what they call it, stacking.
Um,
And if you
One
can
more
somehow get
question.
Gronk, you can get Gronk and Edelman and Brady. You got the mega stack.
right.
Dude, yeah. Well, now we're dreaming, right? But hey, one more question: Artis Payne or Latavius Murray?
Oh, Latavius Murray.
Yeah, he would be a start even if Artis Payne was,
Not lousy.
not terrible, right? So yeah, it's Latavius Murray. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so
I know,
I'm
that's
waving at
good.
you now, so in 10 seconds you'll see it.
Yeah, in 10 seconds, you'll see us wave goodbye.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks
All right.
a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Good talking to you.
Go
Ryan.
Eagles.
Go Birds. That's
Have a
right.
good day.
All right, thanks.
Go Birds.
Yeah, woo. Ryan, California. Love seeing those Birds fans pop up all around the
Yeah,
country.
man.
It's
Yeah,
starting
man.
to happen.
It's
man.
really weird. When I was in Florida a couple years ago with my mom, we went to like a sports bar, like lunch restaurant type place
Yes.
that was completely Eagles themed.
in Tampa.
Yeah, there were a bunch of Eagles fans in there. We went to watch the game, and it just was completely. It was like an Eagles restaurant. It's crazy.
You know, there's a Kansas City Chiefs themed bar in Philadelphia.
Is there really?
There is, or there used to be. I don't know if it's still there, but
That's
I
funny.
remember seeing Dick Vermeil when he was the Chiefs head coach
Oh.
coming to Philadelphia for something, and then going to this bar, and everybody's like, "Hey!" He's like, "Oh, what do I got to do to get a beer around here?" And people, "Oh, let's give Dick a beer."
That's amazing.
Well, I guess it is. Also in Los Angeles, the West Coast. Let's go to Edwin. I assume this is Edwin. Edwin, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? How are you?
Doing just swell on a Saturday morning.
Awesome. I got to tell you, so last season was my first season in fantasy football. I wasn't really a football guy before that altogether, and I listened to you guys all season, and I won the season. So I want to thank you guys for the mediocre advice. It was amazing.
Well, apparently mediocre advice was all you needed, bro.
Yeah,
so
yeah. That's what we bring to the table.
Well, I need some more than mediocre advice for this call. I'm struggling a little bit out there. I made some mistakes, and I made some mistakes in my draft, and I dropped a couple of guys that I really shouldn't have dropped. I don't know what I was thinking. So, like, it was week 1 or week 2, I dropped Christian Michael. Put him on the waivers. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I know. And then someone picked him up, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped Dougie Martin. I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't either.
He was injured, and I dropped him. He got picked up. So now I'm running back lists, and I'm full of wide receivers because I went crazy and I just picked up a whole bunch of wide receivers. And I'm wondering if I could just tell you guys my lineup, and then we can kind of go from there.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you a question first. When you're dropping all these running backs, were you smoking a lot of weed?
No. Something was definitely wrong, but it wasn't weed.
Okay.
Definitely not. But yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. Christian Michael, after week 1, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do it. Thomas Rawls was there. I just figured
You should have asked us, man. You should have asked us.
Yeah. But that's okay.
I should have called you guys week 1. I don't know what I was thinking. But
Well, let's see what we can do.
now
Let's see what we can do to fix you.
Yeah, let's get you back on track here.
Perfect. So my quarterback situation's kind of horrifying as well. I drafted wrong. So I got Blake Bortles, and
That's not wrong.
now I had him and Mariota. I dropped Mariota, and then I have Amari Cooper, Jeremy Maclin, Zeke Elliott, which I drafted in the first round because of you, Lyle.
Yep.
That was something that I listened to, and I did it. And then I got Theo Riddick, Jack Doyle, Kyle Rudolph. So I'm starting 2 tight ends this week, one in the flex. Chandler Catanzaro for kicker, and Denver. And I got Michael Floyd. I had D'Angelo Williams, which I'm benching this week.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Victor Cruz.
Like him.
Yeah, and here's all the slew of like wide receivers: Victor Cruz, Tavon Austin, Quincy Enunwa, and Cole Beasley.
So here's the thing, man. I don't think I would start 2 tight ends in the flex. First of all,
Let's start at the top. Let's go quarterback.
Okay. Well, a quarterback.
It's Bortles.
You play Bortles, right? That's the only guy he has.
But
right
let's
now
ask this: who's on the waiver wire available
for
to you?
for quarterback? Because again, if Wentz is sitting there, you should pick him up.
Carson Wentz. I know you guys are talking about Carson Wentz. I could grab him, but this is on bye this week, so.
No, understood. But pick him up immediately. Yeah.
Right.
Because he has played Bortles all 3 weeks, and he was Offensive Player of the Week in 2 of those weeks.
Offensive Rookie of the Week.
Or Rookie of the Week, whatever.
Right. So
he got Player of the Week, one of them.
He did. So I would roll Bortles this week, and then play matchups on those 2 guys going forward.
Yeah. So there's your quarterback situation.
Who should I drop from this lineup to get Wentz? As a wide receivers, I guess.
One of your.
Cole Beasley.
I think Tavon Austin's probably droppable.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's hurt and he's not good.
Well, I think he's fine. It's just he's on a team that has Case Keenum as a quarterback.
Right.
So
yeah. So I would drop Tavon Austin. So all right, for your running backs, I actually don't think you're in that bad a shape. Hit me again with them.
It's Riddick and Zeke Elliott.
Okay,
that's
fine. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Did you mention if it was a PPR?
It's a PPR.
Oh, you're in great shape.
Yeah, you're in great
Riddick
shape.
is great for that.
Riddick's awesome. Here's the other thing I want you to do. I want you to go see if you can pick up Dexter McCluster. right? See if he's available in your league.
I might be able to.
Yeah, because he got signed by San Diego. He's a really good receiving back. No guarantees, right? But there's a possibility that he becomes a startable player.
Right, because think Danny Woodhead. They don't want Melvin Gordon getting every running back snap, and
Right.
Obviously, the guys that were there at the running back spot aren't worthy of stepping into the Woodhead spot. So they got McCluster for that. So as he gets more comfortable, hopefully maybe this week or next, he's going to be somebody I'm talking about on the Tuesday waiver wire show, and you'll have him already. So
Yeah. So pick him up.
Okay. Who should I drop for him out
Okay.
of these wide receivers?
Yeah, hit him again real quick.
Cole Beasley, Anunwa.
Yep, you're
Victor
done.
Cruz.
Cole Beasley.
I wouldn't drop Cole Beasley.
I have
Who
no
else
problem.
you got?
Victor Cruz.
Let him go. Who
All
else
right,
you got?
go ahead.
Victor Cruz, Michael Floyd, Cole Beasley, Anunwa. Austin, we already talked about. And then I got Amari Cooper, Jay Macklin. That's it.
I would drop Anunwa before I drop Cole Beasley.
Dude, he's starting this week. I'm going to put him in the flex.
Yeah, I don't know if he's starting or not. I think he's going to stay right where he was.
No, Eric Decker's hurt.
I understand that, but they're not going to move a guy from the inside to the outside. They're going to keep the slot guy where the slot guy is.
I don't know.
Don't you even football?
I do football.
Yeah, the slot guy's the slot guy. They're
Well-
not going to move him outside.
Well, and Inwa, he's had two good games. He wasn't that great last week, but the whole team sucked. So
With Dez out, I'm going Cole Beasley. Sorry. I'm saying don't drop that guy.
all right. Well, okay. So you're gonna drop Victor Cruz?
No, I'm going to drop Anunwa.
I kind of want to keep Victor Cruz.
Yeah,
No,
no.
yeah.
He's just giving me hell thinking I would want to drop Victor Cruz, but no, I have no desire to do
So
that.
Inunwa was 7 for 54 for a touchdown in week 1. He was 6 for 92 in week 2. In week 3, they played the Chiefs and got stomped, and he was 4 for 37. So
That's fine. We don't have to agree.
I
Lyles-
would drop Beasley.
So-
I don't think Beasley's a weekly start. I know he's
Yeah, I
he's
just
okay.
picked them up, actually.
That's me.
like,
So-
this week. So
Kevin
I
likes
don't really
Beasley.
mind dropping-
Kevin likes Beasley. He thinks you should drop Inunwa. I like Inunwa. I think you should drop Beasley. That's where we are. But we
Got
both agree that you should drop
Okay.
one of them for Dexter McCluster in case something happens
Okay.
to your 2 remaining running backs.
Okay.
All right. Now,
Sounds good. I'll
I-
do that for sure.
yeah. So now let's.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to let you know that Cole Beasley's leading the Cowboys in receptions
I know he
with
is.
20.
I know he
He's
is.
leading them with yards at 213.
I know he is, but now he doesn't have Dez on the other side of the field. So he's gonna get the looks
He's a slot guy.
with a rookie quarterback throwing to him. Yeah, I don't trust it. dude.
Hasn't hurt him so far.
I know.
Dude's averaging like 6, almost 7 catches a game
I know.
in a PPR.
Fair enough,
That's
dude.
right.
Fair enough.
Okay,
right.
well, I'll have to roll the dice on one of them, and I'll flip a coin or
Do
something.
I smell a wager?
Figure it out.
No.
You want to bet Cole Beasley
Say it again.
versus Anunwa this week, Kevin?
We'll talk about it.
All right. All right, buddy. Is that
Okay,
it,
cool.
or
And then-
you wanna do wide receivers too?
Well, who would you start? I know you said no, not to start the 2 tight ends. So who should I put in as a flex then?
So I would
And which tight end would you start?
I would start Rudolph.
or Doyle?
Yeah, I would start Rudolph as tight end, and Kevin's going to say Cole Beasley in the flex. I'm going to say Anunwa in the flex. That's where it is. But honestly, you can't go wrong with either one of them. You really can't.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I
Yeah,
really
man.
appreciate it.
Thanks a
luck.
lot, and thanks for calling, man.
Yeah. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you guys.
Stop dropping your
Thanks.
players.
Have a good
Bye.
Later.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks to you. That was pretty good. I'll think about a wager, because I got to do double or nothing or something to make it back. I think I see Bandon, but I think it's probably Brandon. Let's go to Brandon in Oregon. What's going on, Brandon?
Guys.
Hey.
Hey guys.
What's up?
First time, long time. You
What's up, buddy?
guys have listened to you for a couple of years now, and you guys are a lot of fun to listen to. And I actually wrote in a couple weeks ago, and you gave me good advice, and I went against it, and I'm an idiot for it. So
No, man. No, nobody can predict the future. We just try to guess intelligently.
And you know what? We always try to say
Yeah.
this is what we would do. We try not to tell people what they should do. This
Yeah.
is what we would do if we were in
Right.
your spot.
Yeah.
yeah.
That way we
You
cannot
guys
be
gave
held
very
accountable.
Sound advice, and I was bad. You told me to start Melvin Gordon. I started Rashad Jennings like an idiot because I thought the same dumpster fire of a defense would put up give them a lot of points, and they did.
That'll
So,
teach
whatever.
you. Yeah, that'll teach you.
The problem with Rashad Jennings is that he's Rashad Jennings, as Kevin pointed out earlier.
Mhm.
He's always him.
No matter what he does.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay, I got a dumpster fire on my hands of wide receivers. So this is how I drafted this year. I drafted wide receiver heavy, luckily, but everybody's injured. I drafted Keenan Allen, Dante Moncrief, Eric Decker. Jordy Nelson's on my bye week. So my dumpster fire of wide receivers. Luckily, I got a bunch of good running backs. I got starting in my lineup this week. I got Gordon, I got Blunt, and I got Michael. So that's who I have to put one of those guys in the flex because they're better than my wide receivers. So my dumpster fire of wide receivers are Will Fuller, Tyrell Williams, or Anquan Bolden.
Okay, I'm not going to start Bolden. So
no, and you know what the good news is? I think this is going to be a week that the Tyrell Williams could actually break out. He's playing New Orleans, right? So
I agree. The other thing I want you to do is go. I said this to a caller a couple minutes ago. I want you to go to the waiver wire and see if you can pick up Robert Woods, and or Marquise Goodwin. Yeah, I would grab both of them if you can get both of them. I would grab both.
Why I didn't hear on your analysis on that. Why them?
Sammy Watkins was placed on IR this morning.
That's right, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of those guys is going to shake out.
Woods is the number one receiver. He's the obvious fantasy option. But Goodwin showed like really impressive speed in week 1. He broke a really long catch for a touchdown. He could end up emerging as like a Deshaun Jackson type deep threat dude with more playing time on the field. So
sure,
he's probably like if you have to grab one of them, it's Woods. But I would like to see you get Goodwin as well because you have such problems at wide receiver that if he does happen to take off, you'll have him. You know what I mean?
Sure. Oh, luckily I'm the commissioner of my league and I put on an IR spot, so I have Moncrief on my IR, and then unfortunately I have a lot of good people on my bench too. I have Lacey because it's his bye, or obviously Jordy. And then I have Charles Sims and Spencer Ware. So I'm kind of like wanting to try to hold on to them because they're all really still relatively important.
They are.
The only person on the waiver wire that I was thinking about was Quincy Enunwa, but you guys are just kind of going against him on the last call. So I don't know who to pick up.
Kevin was.
I'm not against Quincy Enunwa, but when you stack him up against Cole Beasley, I'd rather have Beasley. I love Enunwa.
Yeah, I think you should pick Enunwa up. But
yeah,
I wouldn't.
What I was thinking.
But I wouldn't drop Sims. Yeah, but I wouldn't drop Sims or Spencer Ware for him.
Yeah.
With that.
Yeah, exactly.
With that stack of running backs, you need to be trying to trade because you can't play them.
That's why I call him because nobody's giving me trades.
Oh, really?
I've been doing it all week. Like since I found out like this is my dumpster fire of a situation, I've been trying to get trades and nobody's wanting to trade for anything, unfortunately.
Well,
so
I think
like I'm stuck with what I have.
Yeah, I think after this week you're going to be okay anyway. You can play the better of Fuller and Williams, right, each week alongside Jordy Nelson, and you have plenty of running backs to play in the flex each week. So I honestly think you're in good shape going forward. It's just the Jordy Nelson situation kind of sucks. You have to play 2 super speculative players in your lineup. But dude, I'm in the same situation. I got bit by the injury bug hard on a team, and I'm actually starting Dexter McCluster this week because I don't have any other running backs to play.
Oh, so you're really hopeful.
Oof.
I have to play him. I got nobody else.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck, man.
Hashtag fantasy life. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day.
Hashtag fantasy life.
Have a good one, man.
Fantasy world problems.
You too. Later.
See ya.
Later, buddy.
Wow. Yeah, the injury bug, I can't believe the one team you have is as decimated as it is.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Well, let's see if Zach has the same issue. Zach's in Colorado. What's going on, bro?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
It's all right.
Yeah, it's going good.
Right on. I have a couple of lineup questions. They're both PPRs. So in one, I'm flexing Terrell Pryor, but I have John Brown sitting on the bench. What do you think?
You're flexing Pryor? Well, I mean, the problem with John Brown is he hasn't done anything this year.
Yeah, and the opposite side of that is that Terrell Pryor's been amazing in a couple of games. He's hugely targeted. They're giving him the ball.
Dude, he's playing quarterback.
I know.
Yeah,
so I would definitely keep him in the flex. I mean, as much as I love John Brown.
His best game was last week against the Bills. He was 6 for 70, John Brown was. The previous 2 games, he had 1 catch.
Yeah, and like 5 targets over the course of the
I would play Pryor. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, listen, when Brown, and dude, Michael Floyd falls in this category too, by the way. He's a sit now for me. Until one of those guys, or both of them, whatever, has a game, I just can't think about him anymore.
Yeah. It's true.
Pryor's going to be all over the field, dude. You might even get a passing touchdown out of him. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Same league. Would you, if Jamal Charles plays, would you sit Frank Gore for him?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I think Andy Reid waited until Jamal, because he had Spencer Ware, he let Jamal Charles get to as close to 100% as possible. So I think he's going to step right in, and he's going to be the Jamal Charles. I mean, there's going to be a little rust on him, but he's going to get enough snaps to make him at least flex worthy.
Right on.
Very least.
Right on. Yeah. Okay. Would you at all consider D. Will as a flex?
Probably not, man.
Well, I'm thinking about last year when Le'Veon Bell came back from last year's issues.
Yeah.
D.
Will just vanished.
D. Will got like 2 carries.
Yeah.
So, I can't imagine it'll be, maybe it's different, but then, you'll have to worry about that for week 5. For this
I'm not
week,
starting him this week.
No.
No.
It's a shame, too, because he's awesome.
He's freaking awesome.
Bastard lost me $5 against the other bastard.
$25.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, you gave me 5-1 odds.
Oh. Did I pay you?
Yeah, in quarters.
Yeah,
change.
Yeah, I remember that. All right.
Right on. Well, that's all I got, boys. Thank you very much.
All right, man.
Thanks a lot for calling, man. And there he goes. All right, coming up a little bit, we have, Chris and Ross on the phone. We'll be talking to them momentarily right now. At DraftKings.com, you don't need to come in first place to get your money.
That's right. The player who finished 800th in Week 1's big fantasy football contest took home $100, Kevin.
That's not too bad for 800th place. This weekend, DraftKings is hosting another huge fantasy contest with over $1 million in total prizes up for grabs.
And you've been hearing me talk about it. You getting frustrated that all your players are getting hurt?
Kinda, but you don't have to worry about it with DraftKings. You can draft a brand spanking new team every week.
Every day is draft day at DraftKings.
Now, of course, with 1 week fantasy, that means no season-long commitments.
Just pick a contest, draft your team, and follow the action live.
Whatever your level of fantasy expertise, DraftKings has something for you.
Don't wait. Get to DraftKings.com now and choose your players for this weekend's contest.
Enter promo code GUYS, GUYS, and play for free with your first deposit.
That's promo code GUYS, GUYS, to play free for your share of over $1 million in total prizes this weekend.
Only at DraftKings.com. Eligibility restrictions may apply. See website for details on how you can play and win money.
Right. Dude, Aaron from the forum is, or from the chat is in a loud factory, so he can't call in. He's asking, AA Ron. My bad, bro.
Yeah.
Would you drop Moncrief for Woods?
Drop?
That's tough, man.
It depends. If you're dying for a receiver and you need a play this week, but if you're popping them on your bench for speculation, not yet.
Yeah.
I mean, you may lose Woods because of this, but Moncrief will be back in a month.
And listen, I want to be really clear. I don't think Woods is going to be dynamite, right? He's shown flashes of brilliance in the past, but he's the team's #1 receiver now. So he's got to do something for at least 8 weeks, right? Watkins will be on IR for at least 8 weeks.
At least.
So
yeah, I mean, what #1 receiver in a non-Sammy Watkins Buffalo team looks like? Not sure.
Not sure.
But he's going to get more opportunities than he has gotten. And so will the other receivers as well. So anyway, we'll go from there. Chris is in North Carolina. Let's see what's going on. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing all right.
All right, so I have a trade question for you guys.
All right.
Lyle answered it yesterday on the Twitter show. Is a question of giving up Alshon Jeffrey and Jeremy Hill and Macklin or something like that for Brandon Cooks. But the guy actually didn't even go for it. But to answer Lyle's question, I didn't like my receivers because I have Alshon Jeffrey, Emmanuel Sanders, Decker, Macklin, Fuller, and Crowder on my roster, but I want a guy that I can play like solid every week. And, Jeffrey's just not super reliable.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I mean, the team is in shambles. When Cutler gets back, it'll be better.
Well, I don't know if it'll be better or not.
The reason why I'm calling is actually because I found a guy in my league that's actually entertaining the thought of trading Antonio Brown to me because he really wants a running back. Now, my running backs are Lamar Miller, Jeremy Hill, Todd Gurley, and Jordan Howard, and Wendell Smallwood right now. He has been going back and forth with me, and currently the offer I put on the table for him was Antonio Brown and Theo Riddick come to me, and I give him Lamar Miller, Alshon Jeffrey, and Jeremy Hill.
Love it.
It's a PPR league.
Love it.
If he doesn't, you know what? Here's the thing. Is it a PPR?
Yeah, he said yes.
Okay. So
yeah, it is PPR.
Whatever you have to give him, if you have to give him Gurley to get Brown, I would do it.
I would do it too.
So, if he says, Lamar Miller's not good enough. Go ahead.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off. He actually wants Miller over Gurley. I sent him a trade for Gurley and Alshon just for Brown, and he declined that, and he actually wrote back and counteroffered with me giving up Miller and Gurley, but I'm not going to give him both.
No, that's crazy.
So I'm trying to just get him to trade one. He gets his starting running back every week. I get my starting receiver every week, and I'll give him a little extra.
Plus, you get Theo Riddick in a PPR.
Yeah. That's a good play.
I like that. So, yeah hopefully he takes that.
Okay, because I just wanted to make sure I wasn't giving up too much because, I feel like it's a pretty fair trade, but I don't know if he'll take it because right now I'm not sure why he wants a running back, but he has Forte, he has Riddick, and Charles on his roster. He also has Bernard.
Well, the good news for you is
why he wants a running back so bad.
The good news for you is you don't care why he wants a running back. You just get Antonio Brown.
Listen,
Listen.
Funny enough, I just read an article this morning about targets in the NFL. And through 3 games, not only is Antonio Brown one of the best receivers in the league, but he's also being targeted more than any other receiver. Can you guess who number 2 was? From week 3.
Number 2, Larry Fitzgerald.
From week 3. It was Terrell Pryor.
Okay, yeah. He, like I said, he gets a ton of targets.
And 4 was Kevin White. So, yeah, dude, Antonio Brown is fantastic. The team was terrible last week, and he still had 140 yards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you guys think that if he doesn't want to give anything else up, if he only wants to give me Brown, do you still think it's a good deal for me to give away Miller, Hill, and Jeffrey, all 3 to him, or just 2 or whatever?
No, I'd drop a running back from it. Then I'd be like, look.
Yeah, if you're not willing to give her Riddick, then we're gonna have to make it a 2-for-1 thing. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I feel like it was a pretty good deal. I didn't feel like it was too much of a one-side leaning deal, but yeah. So I got that, and then I have one lineup question for you guys. It's the same league as the PPR league. Right now, I got Jeffrey and Emmanuel Sanders in my 2 wide receiver spots. I played Hill as one of my running back slots. So
Sorry
right
to hear
now,
that.
I'm starting Lamar Miller in the other running back slot, and then Gurley's already in my flex because I have to move him out because I played Hill on Thursday night. So I could pretty much only play another receiver over Emmanuel Sanders, and the guys I got is Macklin, Fuller, and Crowder.
Wow, I really like Macklin and Crowder. Fuller, I don't know about yet.
Yeah, of the 3, Fuller would be 3rd.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I've been iffy on Macklin just because I feel like he hasn't been putting up the normal numbers he puts up this year. He's got 17, then 12, and 7.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be just fine in a PPR. I'm not concerned about him at all.
But at this point, Crowder has been amazingly targeted, and I may go for him over Macklin, quite frankly.
Do you think that Sanders has a better matchup than Crowder? Because Sanders is at Tampa Bay, and Crowder's at Cleveland.
Yeah, as tasty as that Cleveland matchup is, I think that Denver at the Emmanuel Sanders matchup is just fine. I would play him.
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys' help, and Yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, man. Good
All
luck.
right, good luck to you, and let us know how that trade works out.
Yeah, hopefully I get them. I'll email you guys or something. I pretty much email you guys like every week. So.
All right, cool.
Okay,
All
cool,
right,
man.
sounds good, man.
Yeah, let us know.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
All right.
Bye.
Dude, just going
Have a
through
good
this
day, guys.
article.
You too.
You too,
Bye.
buddy. Just going through this article. Brown has been targeted 40 freaking times
Who
in
has?
3 games. Antonio Brown.
Wow.
40 targets.
In 3 games.
Jesus, man.
That's over 13 per.
It's 33.9% of the time Ben throws, he throws to him.
Why wouldn't you?
It's true. I agree, but it's a staggering number. Like, I just couldn't believe it over 3 games.
You know, the unfortunate person in this is our friend in our league, Drew Seabass, who drafted Adrian Peterson with the #1 pick, leaving Antonio Brown to fall to me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Drew.
How are you doing in that league?
Yeah, not so good so far, but I mean, I'm hopeful for the future.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, you make the playoffs.
Brown is not on a bye this week, Kevin. I don't know if you knew that or not. He's
yeah,
not on a bye.
Yeah, Lyle's having trouble figuring out that Antonio Brown doesn't play for the Green Bay Packers.
I keep getting the Steelers and the Packers mixed up. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
It happened like 3 times on the show
different
yesterday.
conferences.
I know.
You know.
They wear the same colors, I guess.
Well,
I'm an idiot.
Well, green. They have gold in their colors.
There you go.
That's about it.
I don't know why. It's just
Ross is in New Jersey. Let's talk to Ross. What's going on, Ross?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
It's going all right. What's going on with you?
going all right, buddy.
Not too much. So I've been away all week and I haven't heard much fantasy stuff. And I know like a week ago you guys were talking about picking up Ronnie Hillman. How are you guys still feeling about that right now?
Love it, man. I mean, they're gonna have to do something, right?
Yeah, they haven't done anything with him per se.
No, not yet. But from what I read something this week that like he was starting to work in. They'll probably work him in slowly. This week he'll get some looks, and then after that, I have to believe he's going to outplay both Asiata and McKinnon. I just believe it.
Well, the only reason he got cut out of Denver was because he had trouble holding on to the ball. And his running and his receiving and everything was great. It was
he was
just
awesome.
that Devontae Booker beat him out. 2 reasons. Number one, he's younger.
Yep.
He's cheaper.
Yep.
All those things factor in. So I think Hillman will eventually emerge as the top dog there in mini. So if you can afford the roster spot, hang on to him.
Yeah.
Right, that's kind of what I'm getting at. I mean, the league I'm in. It's a PPR league, and we can start two running backs, and we have 2 flexes, so it can be up to 4, and then it's 3 wide receivers with the 2 flexes, so it could be 5 wide receivers.
Woo.
And right now I'm kind of stocking running backs because my starters are Latavius Murray and Jordan Howard. I lost Woodhead. So sitting on my bench is Bilal Powell, Kenneth Dixon, and Ronnie Hillman.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I would also look at give Dexter McCluster a really good look too.
Yeah.
I heard you talking about him earlier.
Yeah. We don't know how they're going to use him yet, but he is a receiving type back, and he had some big plays in Kansas City. So he's a talented dude.
Yeah, he was a playmate. I saw him. He could do some stuff here and there.
Yeah. So if they work him into the offense and he's like that third down back, that Denny Woodhead type, he's not going to be as good as Woodhead, but he might be a guy you can play every week.
Right. Also, at wide receiver, Tyler Lockett's out on the waiver. Is that someone you'd be interested in?
Absolutely.
You bet.
Yeah.
So I have 2 guys that I know you're not quite well. One of them, Tajay Sharp, I know you're not high on. And then I have Quincy Enunwa. They're both starting this week because Jordy Nelson's on a bye, so I had to plug them both in. It's either that or I got to play 2 tight ends, which I don't want to do.
Well, who are the 2 tight ends?
So would you Gary Barnage and Jacob Tanny?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play either.
Yeah, you got to play one of them, but yeah.
I don't feel great about it. And every week they've been screwing me. I start one and the other does it, so I don't want to play both of them exactly.
Well, the good news is if you play both of them, you're not going to get screwed by a tight end.
That's right.
Well,
yeah, it'll only be one of them. Yeah,
that's right. Well, you might
good
be.
Good point there.
Yeah.
You never know.
Exactly.
So I'm assuming, would you guys drop Tajay Sharp for Lockett? Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out because he missed last week, so didn't he?
Yeah,
I know he was
I
questionable
don't know
for the
if
game.
I don't know if I need to rush to pick him up. I mean, I think he's been sitting out here for like 2 weeks. But
I would play him. I would play him over Sharp. Definitely, yeah. So, and it says he's good to go this week. He's full practice on Friday. He's not on the injury report at all. He's a full go. So, yeah, I would definitely. Do you disagree with that in any way?
No.
Yeah, I would super play him over Tajay Sharp. Yeah.
Okay.
He was targeted 8 times in week 1, only caught 3 passes. In week 2, he caught all 4 of his passes for 99 yards. Against a tough LA defense. And last week he didn't play. So, or maybe he did play, but he just did punt returns. That's what it is. He just did punt returns because he was questionable for that game. But his knee's good to go now, so
he should be ready to roll.
Yeah.
All right. I got 2 more questions.
Hit them.
I'll go to the tight ends. I told you Tammy and Barnage. Is there any tight ends out of these guys that seem like they'd be a higher upside than them two? There's Hunter Henry, Zach Miller, Martellus Bennett, Cameron Brate are like the best that's sitting out there. I don't really know if those are up.
Brate. He caught 2 touchdowns last week. Now that ASJ's gone, he's the. I would.
I mean,
replace either one of those tight ends with him.
Yeah.
I don't think either of those tight ends has
either one of
too
them?
much value. Yeah, Barnage is probably droppable at this point.
Well, he played a little better last week, but
maybe I don't know.
I would kick Tammy and pick up.
That's
Brate.
fine. Yeah, but I would play Brate over them. So no guarantee it's going to happen again. But in a tight end spot, they seem to look at him a whole lot. Let me get his target numbers.
Another player you mentioned there, I think it was Hunter Henry.
He's a giant target in there, too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter Henry.
He's huge.
Hunter Henry's a San Diego tight end, right?
Yeah, he is.
He did well last week with your boy.
Gates?
With Gates out, yeah. Lyle considers him a big success. So with Gates out, Hunter Henry did great, but Gates is coming back, so his value is minimal.
Yeah, dude. So Brate was targeted 3 and 4 times in the first 2 games, respectively, with ASJ there. With ASJ gone, 10 targets. 10. Caught 5 of them for 46 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, that's the guy I like.
Yeah.
All right. And if I pick him up, would you start him over Barnage this week then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'd backflip to click my mouse button to start him over.
Doing a lot of
backflips. All right, that'll be
so.
that plan then.
Yeah.
All right, last one. I have the Jets defense against Seattle. The only thing I like is that they're actually at home and not in Seattle. And then there's Kansas City, who's on the waiver wire, but they're playing Pittsburgh. I know the Jets have a bye next week, so I'm going to have to pick up somebody for the future one way or the other. Should I stick with New York this week or go over to Kansas City?
I would stick with New York this week.
It's so hard to predict defenses because it's the defense and special teams. You're talking about potentially 22 different people, coming together to do something. It's too hard to predict.
Right. So basically, generally what I do, I stream defenses, even though I don't like the term necessarily, is I look to see which team is rated higher in that scoring system, and I just grab them because, it's like Lyle says, it's a crapshoot. I mean, even the number 1 scoring defense in the league in real football isn't going to be a great fantasy play necessarily. So I just. If I have the number 9 defense and on Sunday morning I look and the number 8 defense is available, I grab them.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all a crapshoot. The last place defense can pick off a pass and run it back and then have a punt return and all of a sudden they have 16 points.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. So I just grab the highest scoring one and plop them in.
Yeah, so that's what you should do. Yeah, look on the wire. Whoever's the highest, pick them up. Play them.
There you go. It's not scientific,
all right,
bro.
And I lied. I actually came up with one more question.
Oh, go for it.
For us Eagles fans, what do you think of Wendell Smallwood?
Love him. Oh, you mean from fantasy?
Here's the problem with him. There's 4.
Either way,
there's 4 running backs on that team. You know what I mean? And there's 3 of them that are going to play. Sproles is going to play. Kenyon Barner is going to play.
Right.
And Ryan Matthews, when healthy, when 100%, is always going to play. So I really think
so you never know.
I really think that Matthews tweaked a knee or something in the game.
Ankle.
Was it an ankle? Yeah.
Well,
so that's how Smallwood got in
that game, wasn't he?
Yeah. Was it twice?
He ran twice, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so he tweaked an ankle, Kevin's saying. So, but Wendell Smallwood, the thing is, he played so well, he might play his way into the lineup. I don't know, though.
Well, from what I've read, he's going to have, quote, many opportunities. Whether that translates to fantasy value, who's to say?
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. So if you have a deep bench and you have spots available, sure, but I don't think he's certainly not playable. Week 4 or something, or week 5. I mean,
right? No, I didn't think he was. I was just looking at future potential for him.
Yep.
So.
I will say that I'm happy to have him in our dynasty league, and I will not be dropping him anytime soon.
You want to trade him?
Maybe.
I just like to have an eagle. I don't have any eagles.
Yeah. Anyway, there you go, man. Did you conjure up another one in the interim?
No.
No, I think I'm good now.
Okay, cool. All right, man.
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Enjoy the bye week. Spend some time with your family.
Good luck this week. Yeah.
Well, we're actually going to be in Dover for the race tomorrow. So
wow. All
we'll
right,
be doing.
Cool. Yeah.
Enjoy some tax-free shopping in bad roads.
Yeah, really, really crappy roads.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. Enjoy the race.
All right, guys. See you.
See you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it. We have another call on the line. Eric is in Minnesota, I do believe. Eric, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's all right.
Nice. Hey, so question here. I have Sammy Watkins on one of my teams, obviously dropping him.
Yeah.
Would you pick up Crowder,
yes.
Kevin White,
yes,
or Inunwa?
Dude, can you get all 3 of them?
Yeah. Is there any way you can get all 3?
Well, the problem is they're out there because we have such a short bench.
Well, here's the problem. Do you not have an IR spot? Because Watkins will be back.
No, we don't.
That's brutal. Yeah, you got to drop him then.
Yeah, if your bench is that short.
Yeah,
so
we had to,
if I have to put him in order,
Moncrief too, because
yeah. If I have to put him in order, I think you had him in the right order.
Did you say they were standard or PPR?
it's standard.
Okay.
So I would go Crowder first, then Kevin White, then Inunwa.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
And I'm sorry.
No, go,
I was just agreeing with Lyle, oddly.
Okay. So, and the other situation is we have. I haven't heard any recent news on Eric Decker.
He's out.
We have him sitting on the bench too.
He's out.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, do you know, like, is it?
He's got a partial. He's got a partial rotator cuff tear. So I'm guessing it's going to be more than 1 week. It probably won't be super long because it's only a partial tear. It's not a full tear. So maybe 2 weeks, maybe 3. We'll see. But I would guess that he's not going to play next week either. That's total random speculation, though. I have no evidence.
And I don't know when their bye week is, but you know.
Would you dump him for one of those guys?
No.
Not yet.
Hang on to him.
Yeah,
not yet. I mean, maybe it's when they announce he'll be out, if he's out 4 to 6 weeks, you kind of have to.
You might have to.
You need to play a guy. You need to find guys you can put in. But yeah, I think it's I think it's good that these guys are out there for you, and somebody else may pick up your drop players and hoping to stash them on the bench, and then new players will be out there for you to look at.
That's right.
It'll all work out for you.
I hate those short bench leagues.
Yeah, and so and another thing is because we got Tom Brady sitting on the bench, so that's going to free up another spot for us next week. So
nice.
Kenneth Dixon is sitting out there. I'm really kind of interested in just stashing him for because our running backs are I have Miller, Bell, and Spencer Ware, and then I picked up Dwayne
Washington.
I always want to say Dwayne Johnson, but Dwayne Washington.
Yeah.
Is that would you guys want to pick up Dixon?
No, I don't have
next week. Maybe one night.
Maybe next week.
What's that?
Maybe next week. I'm not super high on Dixon though.
You're not?
Nah, that whole Baltimore backfield's just a freaking mess.
Well, I think they're kind of waiting for him to solidify it, but still,
I don't know.
That doesn't make me all that comfortable.
That's a lot of speculation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all I've heard too. So, okay, so we were actually looking at Crowder, and then I just wasn't sure on Decker or anything like that. But I know we're gonna have 2 bench spots coming up or 2 spots coming up. So you're thinking just fill it with those wide receivers. So
yeah, that's what I would do.
I would, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, bro.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, you
Good
got
luck
it, man.
this
Enjoy
week.
enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks a lot. And there he goes.
Is that all the calls?
That's all the calls. We do have a couple questions in the email though.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's see. Here we go. This is Richard. Trade number 1. Would you trade Howard, Cobb, and Williams from San Diego for Julio Jones? I get Julio. It's 12-team PPR keeper. I already have OBJ, Cook, and Decker, who might lose for the year. Might lose for the year depending on if he comes back from his MRI. So he would just be completely stacked at wide receiver.
Yeah.
But he would be giving up. I assume it's Jordan Howard, Randall Cobb, and which Williams. I have no idea.
Yeah, you guys got to start putting first names in,
Yeah.
or at least an initial, man. You got to help me out.
Yeah, maybe he did that in the second email.
I don't know.
No, it doesn't look like he did. We don't have the rest of your roster. We don't have all the information. It would be great to get Julio. If your roster can afford to lose 3 players of startable, or at least flexible value,
that's good.
If you can do that, great. Because having Julio Jones, you said that it's a keeper. I mean, if you can keep Decker, or if you can keep Julio Jones and Cook and OBJ for the next year, then by all means. But if it's going to decimate your roster and kill the startability of guys you can put in, then I wouldn't do it. If that makes any sense. Dude actually has a second trade here.
Yep.
Would you trade McCrory for Julio Jones? I have Hill, Washington, and Detroit, Jennings, Howard from Detroit. Oh, Washington from Detroit, Jennings and Howard. Would you trade McCrory for Julio Jones?
That's got to be McCoy, right?
I would think it's McCoy.
Yeah.
I have no idea who McCrory is. So he has Hill, Washington from Detroit, Jennings, and Howard.
I would not make that trade. I like Julio Jones a lot, but you need some running backs.
But since you have OBJ and since you have Cook, you're just trying to get greedy on wide receivers, which I get. But don't decimate your running back core for that.
You just wouldn't have any running backs left.
I got you. Okay, let's see. David says, "What's up, guys? First, do you guys like playing Flacco over Wilson this week?"
No.
I'm trying to figure out which scenario would have me playing.
Joey Flacco has been playing fairly well, and I know Wilson's had some tough games, but
the only way I play Flacco this week is if I have Rodgers or Wentz. Really?
Yeah.
Or you can make a situation for other quarterbacks, but Wilson isn't one of them.
I don't think so. I think I would continue to roll Wilson. If he screws the pooch again this week, then we can talk.
He says, I know you probably never bench Wilson, but he sucked and he's hurt. And the Jets are tough against the run, so it's likely going to have to be all with his arm. Flacco is a much better matchup, but he's also Joe Flacco.
Right. That's the problem.
And when he wakes up, he's still looking at that same goofy-ass grill. He says, I'm also thinking of trading Wilson after this week. I got Wentz, who I'm thinking it can be my week-to-week guy after the bye, and I feel like trading him for a solid running back would really make my team solid. What tier running back should I be looking for? Forte, C.J. Anderson, either of the Murrays, or should I just stick with Wilson?
I think you're going to have to downgrade a little bit.
Right, because the reasons you want to get rid of Wilson are the same reasons you're not going to be able to get a solid RB, low-end RB1.
I'd be shocked at this point if anybody even took you up on the trade for him at all.
Yeah.
The way he's played this year,
we can see what he looks like healthy and with the old team around him, but it's a new Seahawks team because teams change every year, and he's hurt. And he's got one of those injuries that can nag him all year long.
Mm-hmm. I do like the idea of trading him, though. And I think Wentz is totally fine week to week.
Yeah. No.
Until he proves us otherwise, he's a start.
I agree.
And he was on the waiver wire in every league I was in. He was on waivers.
Yeah.
Except for the Dynasty League. I mean, obviously,
he was drafted in that one. But the thing is like, maybe one of these guys, Forte, I don't think C.J. Anderson's going to have a down week, but maybe Forte, one of the Murrays could have a down week, and at that point you buy low on them, and Wilson may be a good go.
Yeah, Forte screws the pooch again this week. Maybe you could get him. He has another 0-point performance.
Yeah. So there you go. Let's see. A couple more here. Let's see. Bobby says, hey, guys, I'm still streaming quarterbacks until I get Brady back next week, and I can't decide who to start between Flacco, Wilson, Tyrod, or Seaman.
I think that's Simeon, by the way.
Is that why I said Seaman?
You said Seaman.
I was just thinking about what was running down your chin there. So, yeah, it's Simeon.
Who to start between Flacco, Russell Williams, Tyrod, and Simeon? I would start Russell Wilson.
Is that disgusting?
again.
Did I just cross a line?
No, whatever.
Okay.
I would probably start Russell Wilson. It's between Russell Wilson and Tyrod. Maybe Tyrod, but he just lost Watkins, though.
Yeah. He's got a couple other receivers out, too. Salas, who has been good.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Russell Wilson.
I'm going to as well. I mean, we talked Wednesday about Flacco's value, but, Flacco's value is relative to, who you're putting on the bench for him,
Right.
and it wouldn't be Wilson for me. He says, also, I sent a guy a trade. I received LaShawn McCoy and give Gore, Pryor, and Tyrell Williams. He's mulling it over. Think I'm giving up too much with Pryor's potential?
Possibly. But if you need a running back, you need a running back, and those are probably players that you're not playing that often. Tyrell Williams has a lot of potential, too.
Yeah, you're really giving him, a wide receiver core that he can actually, at least flex every week.
And then Frank Gore.
Yeah, I wasn't even going to mention him. Sorry, Frank. So, are you asking if it's a good trade? Yeah, if you had Peterson and I don't know, name another running back that's not doing what they're supposed to do. Rawls. Then LaShawn McCoy's a guy who could help you. So yeah, good for you. Go for that. Finally, let's see. Clan says, I have Edelman. A little nervous this week about that play. I have a place on the bench that I can let go. Second kicker based on bye week. Never take a second kicker, dude. You're killing
I don't even like drafting one, to be honest.
Right. I just
pick
defenses
one
and
up.
kickers. I just
whatever.
the same thing I do for defenses.
that
I do for
kickers,
kickers.
too.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Sometimes you'll open it up and like the third or second ranked kickers on the waiver wire.
Yeah. And I just grab him, pick him up, and then 2 weeks later I kick him again. No
Yeah.
pun intended. It's just
Right.
it's kickers and defenses. You never know which one's going to blow up.
Yep.
So anyway, he says I have a place on my bench that I can let go. Want to keep. He says second kicker based on bye week. Want to keep him, but probably can get him back. Oh, dude, do whatever you want.
Yeah, but don't care about the kicker.
Yeah, just pick a kicker and go with him. Following on the wire, anyone you'd pick up and play instead of Edelman? Crowder, Steve Smith, Cole Beasley. I guess that's Philly Brown or Philip Dorsett.
I actually like all those guys.
I like him, but I don't know if I like him better than Edelman.
I would play Crowder over Edelman, probably.
Does he say if it's a PPR?
He doesn't. I don't mind Crowder.
Yeah, I think Crowder's okay. I haven't gotten off the bandwagon, the Edelman bandwagon yet. Obviously when Brady comes back, his value rockets. But I think with Garoppolo back, his value is okay. I like Beasley too, though.
Yeah, I know you do.
But Crowder's obviously, the hot guy at this point. Personally, I would probably stick with Edelman. But you know what? I would get rid of the second kicker you have and pick up Crowder.
Yeah.
And then if you decide to play him Sunday morning because of whatever reason, that's fine. But yeah, definitely get rid of the second kicker. That's just wasting a roster
And
spot.
if you have two defenses, get rid of that too.
Especially with this talent sitting out there. Same question. Ebron is my guy. Should I consider Rudolph? Yes. Fleener?
Maybe.
Miller?
Zach Miller? Jimmy Graham's on the waiver wire.
Graham?
How far the mighty have fallen.
But, Graham was Grahamish last week. I wouldn't give up on that dude yet.
I'm not. But are you starting him this week over Kyle Rudolph? I wouldn't.
No. I would start him over Ebron, though. But Rudolph's sitting there. I'd pick up Ebron or kick Ebron and pick up Rudolph.
Yeah. That's what I would do.
Or if you have two defenses for the same reason you have two kickers.
Get Graham, too.
Get one of them and, pick up Graham and Rudolph. Kick Ebron.
Yeah, I would play Rudolph, though.
I would play Rudolph. Rudolph, the Red Zone Reindeer.
Yeah, man. Is that it? Are we done?
I have to say, check and see if we have another call. We do not.
All right.
We ran the gamut of all calls.
Deuces, bitches. We're out of here.
I have to make sure I click end show.
Yeah, do that.
Otherwise, somebody could slide in with the last minute call.
The Fantasy Football Show has ended.
That's right. Well, it's about 90 minutes worth of mirth and merriment.
I had fun,
Saturday.
Kevin. I had fun.
I always have fun doing this.
Yeah, me too.
So what was the wager, potential wager again? Cole Beasley versus Anunwa. Who gets better points this week?
Yeah.
You want to let that 5 ride?
Sure.
All right. More fantasy points in our main money league.
Is that a half PPR?
Half point PPR.
Agreed.
All right. See, I have nothing to lose except $5 more.
Right.
Which I may or may not pay you.
At the end of the season, you're going to be way in the hole to be watched.
That's going to
Come on. I called D. Will. Week 1, number 1 running back. Come on.
You that was a sucker bet, though, because all you would lose was 5 to make 25.
Well, yeah, he has to beat the field, dude. He has to beat everybody.
That's why I took the bet.
I know. You always take the field.
You always take the field. And so did D. Will. I'm sitting there like that last touchdown killed it.
Yeah,
it would have been great if you had lost by like 2 points.
I know.
That would have been great. I'd love that. But there you go.
Well, I wanted to bet you 5 that he would be top 3, and you said no. You said bet me number 1 overall, and I said you got to give me odds. That's how that evolved. But because you agreed he was going to be top 3.
I did. Oh well.
Best running back in the NFL. Soon to be riding a bench.
That's right. All right, so Anunwa versus Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy points this week.
Yep.
And our money league.
Our main money league.
Yeah.
I think you have a slight advantage in this one, but I'll let it go.
Well, it's odd because they're in similar situations.
Yeah.
They're number 1. Well, not actually. Cole's in a little better spot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because Brian's out,
right,
as opposed to Decker, who's really the wide receiver 2.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. So
that's what I'm saying.
But either way, there's a wide receiver missing this week.
They're going to get a start.
Well,
more snaps, maybe potentially.
Right.
Yeah.
I still think they both end up in the slot. They're not going to move them outside.
Probably not.
Yeah. Any more than they would have otherwise. Sometimes
right,
slot guys go out. Anyway.
Right.
All right, we're out. Enjoy your Sunday games. We'll be back. I'll be back on Tuesday with the Waiver Wire show, and then the preview show on Wednesday, as per usual.
Right.
All right. Have a good one.
Slater, bitches.
See ya. Wave bye to the cameras. Bye.